Is your tube too small? I know mine is. I just don't got the inches to get the job done. So I created a tool to help you enlarge your tube, or reduce it if you want. This is a 2-inch exhaust tube. I need to enlarge it to 3 inches. I don't have any reducers on hand, nobody local does either, and they take a while to get here when I order them. But I need this done now. I'm going to show you how to make something like this, where we slice up the larger tube and reduce it down to a smaller size using only an angle grinder, a welder, a printer, and the tube I already have on hand. All right, let's get to it. Step 1, click the link over there to go to my site, blackthumb.tv, to use the tube reducer tool. Step 2, we gotta enter a few settings. First, the large size diameter, that would be 3-inch in my case. Then the small side diameter, which is 2-inch. Then the area, this is how much space we want the reduction zone to take. That is, if we wanted the reduction to be nice and gentle, we'd make this larger. If we wanted it to be sharper, we'd make this smaller. Click Generate, click this little print icon, and print the template sheet. Grab your printed paper and make sure the calibration square measures 3-inch by 2-inch. If it doesn't, check your printer settings. Make sure there's no scaling enabled and that you're printing on a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Grab your sheet and cut out the template. Go ahead and wrap the template around your larger tube and tape it on there. If it doesn't wrap around pretty perfect like this, make sure you entered your sizes right and check those printer settings. Man, printers friggin' suck. What we're gonna be doing is cutting the gray triangle areas out of the tube with an angle grinder. The paper probably won't survive that, so let's use a marker to mark the dashes from the template on the tube. Then, remove the template and trace the lines. Now, get to work cutting the lines, removing each triangle in the process. You'll notice we have 6 fingers, or segments, remaining. This is what that segments option was on the website. After cutting the triangles out, let's cut some reliefs around the base of the segments to help them bend in. Now, begin bending the segments in. After all these are bent in, we'll be left with a circle that should ideally be close to 2 inches. That's the size of our smaller tube here. Measure it just to be safe and adjust the segments where necessary to get it to 2 inches. Now, take the formed tube and give it to Doug. If you don't have Doug at home, store-bought is fine. Have Doug weld up the seams and the reliefs. What you should be left with is something like this. Then, weld your 2-inch tube to the newly made reducer. Congratulations, you've just enlarged your 2-inch tube to a 3-inch tube. Not only that, Doug got some welding practice in. Good on you for learning a new skill, Doug. Now get back to work. We got a turbo to mount. Now obviously this works with tube sizes other than 3-inch and 2-inch. That's just what I needed for this project. You can put whatever you want in there. This concept was originally inspired by this video, where a gentleman performs a series of folds on a piece of paper in order to achieve a similar result. Unfortunately, my brain is much too smooth to figure out how to do origami or whatever. So I made this tool on my site instead. I should probably mention that I whipped this up in a single evening, so don't expect the world from it. So if you notice any bugs or anything, drop me a line. I've got a Discord and the usual social medias that I'm generally pretty active on. Did you find this tool useful? If so, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. That seems like a fair trade, doesn't it? Did I maybe help you enlarge your tube? Be sure to comment your success stories down below so that others can see that the Black Thumb tube enlarging method really works. Also, be sure to check out my other videos where I engine swap cars, blow them up, and force feed you knowledge about the electronics that make your car go vroom. Alright, I gotta go heat wrap some exhaust. Bye for now.